What's up, you're welcome back to the channel, and today we are going straight into Photoshop. Today we are not going to do none of the Python or the coding stuff. Today we are diving straight into Photoshop. As you can see on the thumbnail, we are going to be recreating this design. So now let's create our file, new file, print A3. As you can see, it's in a square form, so we need to make both the width and the height the same. And you click on create. Okay, now you select your rectangle and you draw. Okay, so with your rectangle selected, please, you can disable this stroke over here. You can disable the stroke, and we need to get this yellowish background over here into our design. So let's right click on our rectangle on the layer bar. Let's go to blending options. Okay, you can adjust your screen this way so that you can see what you're doing. So blending options, gradient overlay. Please look right here. You need to change this linear into radial so we can get this circumference type of color. And you click into our color, and let's adjust the color into our yellowish form. Okay, so you click here. Please don't forget, you need to click here and color. Then you can adjust to yellow like this, and you click the middle. You also adjust like this, and the last one, so it should be in a perspective form. It should start from a deeper yellow to maybe, let's say, orange to yellow to a lighter yellow, to get this nice present. So you can play around it to make sure you have the right color you want, and yeah. Okay, so I think this is okay. Yeah, this is okay. So okay and okay. So we are done with our yellow background. Now we need to create this red diagonal shape over here. We have many ways of doing this, but I'll be doing everything fast. I'll use the simplest method to do this. So first, you get a rectangle and you draw maybe like this. Yes. This, you can disable the stroke over here once again. And for us to be able to get this our diagonal shape over here, you should first select your image and scroll down here to direct select to, as you can see over here. Direct select to. Please, if yours is not direct select to, you can right click. If yours is path select to, no, don't choose path, choose direct select to, and you select this dot over here, as you can see, and just use your arrow keys to move them in any way you want, so you can get your diagonal shape right here. So yes, and you do for the other. Yeah, so this okay. Now you select your move tool and select your shape. Now we need to get our red color. As you can see, this red is more deeper than the other side, so we need to try and create something like this. Right click on your shape, go to blending options and gradient overlay. Please, for this one, the reason we used radial for the first one is because of the circle color shape we had. But as for this one, it's from one side to the other, either right to left or top to down. So this is supposed to be linear. It's supposed to be in a linear form, just as this, and you just change your colors to red. I prefer to go with the code over here, 73000D. So that's our red, and you can also adjust the red over here too as well. Maybe I'll go with A30221, something like this. And for the last one, I'll go with CD2343. Here it's a bit deeper. Maybe I can choose to lighten it a bit, like this. Maybe I can also okay. Please, you can play around it to make sure you get a shape or the perfect color you want. And okay, so now I think we need to bring in our food. Yeah, we need to bring in our food. So go to my downloads. Okay, so this is my footage. We need to remove the background for this footage. So you can simply do that by going to eraser. We have eraser 2. Please don't choose eraser 2. We need to remove this as easy as possible. So we just click magic eraser and left click on it and click on OK. Thank you. As neat as this without any error. And you can adjust. You can adjust the size to the middle, just like this. Okay. As you can see, we are getting somewhere. Our image is sharp, but I prefer it to be a little more sharper than this. You can simply do that by going to filter, camera raw filter, and let's try and make this image more sharper. Basic. I prefer to give it a little bit saturation, not too much, and a little bit of texture and detail. You can give it a little bit sharpness. As you can see, it's now sharper than it used to be, and maybe I'll give it a little bit green for the leaf. Okay, so that's okay. Click OK over here, and our image is now sharper than it used to be. Great. Now let's refer back to our image and see what we have to do next. Okay, so now let's try and input our onions and pepper around on our background. Yeah. So please, those who don't have the onions, you can simply go to Google and download a PNG of onions or red pepper or green pepper, as simple as ABC. the same method for this. You just go choose your magic eraser and delete. Okay, and we need to duplicate this and bring one over here, as you can see in our footage. Yeah, so for you to duplicate, you can just simply do that by holding on Alt on your keyboard, and hold on Alt on your keyboard, and now you can see our mouse is 2, so that's ready to duplicate. And left click and drag. That's the simplest way to duplicate in Photoshop. And those who don't understand how I'm resizing all of this, doing this and that is simply resizing the images into the direct proportion you want. If the cursor on my mouse is straight like this, is to resize my image. If it is not straight but rather like this arc over here, it is simply to rotate our image or shape. Simple. Now let's bring in our pepper. We do the same thing for this. But pay attention over here. As you can see, this pepper is very sharp. It's clear, and in our footage, in our design over here, we have the pepper a little bit blurry like this. So far, in order for us to get this blurry shape or blurry form, you can simply select your footage like this and go to filter, blur, and Gaussian blur. So you can adjust your blurriness, as you can see over here. You can adjust it to 30 and you get something like this. Now we can duplicate again. You hold on Alt on your keyboard and click and drag. You resize it into a more reasonable, and I think, okay, let's go for our green pepper. Okay, we have another pepper over here. You can simply do that by also holding on Alt and duplicating, and place our pepper over here just like this. Okay, now let's bring in our green pepper. Remove the background, and we need to rotate this pepper like how it is over here, because it's facing at a different direction and we need to change it back to the right. So you select your image, go to edit, transform, and flip horizontal, as simple as ABC. We need to let this pepper go behind our food, so you can just select and drag it downwards and put it under our food, just like this. We need to give it this blurry shape over here, so you go to filter, blur, and Gaussian blur, and 30 is okay. Yes. Now we can maybe duplicate it once more over here, maybe like this. So you can just leave it like this. Now let's bring in our last pepper over here, and I will get into the most difficult part, which is the text. Please just play around it. Design, you don't need to go around it. You don't need to follow the book step by step. you need to create a new style. Every mistake is a new style. Just play around it so you can understand it perfectly on your own terms. Okay, now let's get into our text. Our text, we need to create this delicious text over here. As you can see, our text they are separated. They are actually separated in this dancing form. So in order to create a dancing form, let's first type in our delicious. Let's change the color to white. And we choose our font and resize it. Okay, that's good. And now we need to let's duplicate our delicious. Simply hold on Control and hit J. As you can see there, we have delicious and we have delicious copy. So let's duplicate it once more. So now we have delicious copy 2. Good. Let's first close the eye for the first and second one. As you can see, let's maintain the first one. Delete all the text except for the D. And let's position it like this. Something like this. Yes. We need to bring our E over here. So open the eye for the second one and eliminate the rest except for the E. And you can just bring in your E right here. Okay. Okay. Now, as you can see right here, we have the E is a little bit separated from the D with this red stroke over here. And in ours, they are a little bit struggling. So in order to create that line over here, just right click on our E, go to blending options and select stroke. So you can see our stroke right here, but we need to make our stroke blend with the background. So just select the color and you max it out by clicking on the background to make sure it blends with the background. That's good. Okay and okay. Now we move to our second letter, which is the L. You can just delete all the other text except from the L. And let's adjust our L this way. And let's create our stroke to separate the L from the E. Right click, blending options, stroke, and let's blend the color with the background once again. Okay and okay. Yeah. Now let's go to our eye. So let's go to our eye and see, and here we go. In cash you bring with them. Someone said they close with them, you know. Now we are done with our delicious. We are done with our delicious text. Let's check. Okay. Now, for us to not confuse ourselves along the line, let's simply select everything. Let's group everything together. So you select on the D and scroll up to the last one. The first one, and hold on Shift and click. You can see they are all selected, and just hold on Control and G. Now they are all grouped as one. So you can use your arrow keys to adjust them, or maybe increase them a bit, as simple as A, B, C. Okay. Now we need to create our super and the rest of our text. Today's special offer and fried rice and this text. Before I continue, I think I'll have to save the PSD file of this particular work, and I'll be posting it. I'll be sharing it in my link. There's a link in the description below. You can just simply click on Buy Me a Coffee, the link under Buy Me a Coffee, and buy me a coffee depending on how helpful you find this video, and buy me a coffee and get access to the PSD file of this Photoshop work, so that maybe you don't want to waste time doing the design yourself. You want it to be faster and just keep posting on your social media. Just go there, buy me a coffee, and get access to the PSD file, and let's keep designing. As you can see, we are almost done. Please don't forget to click on the link on the description to buy me a coffee and get access to the PSD file as soon as possible. So this is our final work, and thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and we see you in the next video.